Okay, this is the Stalker XX. Hang on, I just realised. Let me just turn this down. I'm sitting here listening to Al Jazeera, just following the Israeli situation with Hamas and that, and I just realised it might be an idea to turn that down. Okay, just start again. Here is the Teaberry Stalker XX, Stalker 20. I don't know what you want to call it. It's beautiful radio. There's pretty reasonable sort of condition to this one, and it is sold. Actually, we've got a President mic on it. I couldn't find a Teaberry mic, to be honest. We'll see. I'm still hunting around, but anyway, for the moment, that at least gives us something to chuck on there. Turn the collar up on that. Probably really, yeah, that'll do. Really desirable radio. People love the clock feature, the auto, features, etc. But it just came across as a lovely display radio, and one of those ones that we used to leave one running in the museum all the time, just as a bit of a showpiece, because they do look kind of nice. All right, let's have a look at it. I have had this one in bits the other day, to be fair. This is for the same client who actually buys his wife radios. See, he's a good guy. Can't tell you who he is, but I can tell you he's a good guy. Anyway, yes, this is a very nice condition, not been butchered anywhere type of Stalker XX. So we don't get a lot of these, I must be honest. Mate of mine, Lindsay, probably bought my best one I've ever had by a mile. That was just a really nice, and he's actually used it on the mountains. The what do they call it? The contest where they have mountaintops with CB radio, and they run the message from point to point. Someone can put in the comments file. Forgot the name of that. That's terrible. I told you I'm getting old. All right. So 1 2 1 2 3 4 5. Beautiful on frequency. So we're hearing it there, which is really nice to hear. 1 2 3. And have we got any power? 1 2 3 4 5. We certainly have lots of power. So it is really functioning very nice. Make sure we've got a little bit of AM carrier. Always good to have a bit of AM carrier. 1 2 3 4 5. 1 2. Certainly have. Now we just want to see if it's got a little bit of receive. We don't mind the fact if they receive as well. Certainly doesn't hurt to check that out for sure. Whoops, might have turned that down a little bit. Hang on. 1 2 1 2 1 2. Just a little bit off there, but that's better. 1 2 1 2. Right on 12 o'clock. That's good. That's good. That's my little 12 o'clock test that we do. But the truth is, what we need to do is we need to go to generate and about S9, which is nice. That's lovely. Actually, that one we're not going to have to touch. How far down can we go? I'll tell you what. Noise free. 0.5 a microvolt. These things receive into the noise. They really do. It's lovely radio. There's no question of just the validity of just how well this thing works. Most of them do. Don't get me wrong, if they've been butchered a bit. Don't mind my analyzer. Turn that stupid noise. It does vary a little bit there. I think the full featured side of it was really nice. There's not used so much now, but even the Channel 9, the fact that you could have it, monitoring Channel 9 as well back in the day. And I don't know if anyone remembers this, but that was a big feature, to be able to sort of monitor the emergency channel and keep up with what was going. You've got calibration on the outside there for the SWR, your Channel 9 Squelch, of course. A&L noisemaker, and they're pretty good on these Unitons. Now, this was the newer model Uniton board. Remember, this is not an 858, 8719, 8734. Some of them actually had a little adapter board too, so they did vary a little bit. As we go to scan there, as you can see how it flicks into the Channel 9. Now, if Channel 9 was to become alert, so on 27... What's that? Channel 9 was 27 06504 065 was the call sound channel. Oh no, 085. So if I was to put in here, just as a bit of an example, 27 065, and I was to suddenly generate a signal of some sort of magnitude. Look at that. And see, that's it. So, turn that down. So the object of that is that the minute something came up on channel 9 like it is, and you can see it locks to channel 9, I can certainly squelch it out. Well, I can't with the sort of, I'm putting a lot of signal into that. Let me back that signal off. I'm putting a lot of signal into there. Okay, so let's just go under the squelch. So now I can control that signal to some degree. Still got too much into it. I'm going to go right down here. There we go. The hysteresis is still getting us. We'll do a lesson on hysteresis and what that means one day. Yeah, we're still putting too much into it. Wrong way. Let's put in about 5 microvolts. Now I should be able to, yeah, there we go. With 5 microvolts, see how it's checking it, but the squelch at 5 microvolts is not able to say I've got a definite signal. I bring that squelch back a bit, bang. So when you had a decent signal, no, it didn't have to be decent, but a signal that could break the squelch, you stayed on channel 9, otherwise you went back to 35 or whatever channel you were on at the time. Nice feature actually. Then you can go off the scan, which is there, back to off, or you can hold yourself into the scan and stay on channel, not to the scan, into channel 9, and that just keeps you there. All right, let's get rid of that. Okay, so nice feature. All right, I'll accept that you don't probably use it a lot these days. Let's agree that it's probably not Adelaide Akron and all those different stations, Crest and all that we used to have in the day. Long gone. Well, I shouldn't say they're long gone. I don't know that's for a fact, but maybe they're long gone. Don't know. Okay, so as you can see, clock works beautifully on this thing. They actually had good clock modules in the Stalkers. They're not bad at all. I haven't actually encountered one with a faulty digit yet, which is I say that and I think don't say that. You probably will now. And the good thing was that yes, you could set sort of your auto power and say right on off etc. Set a different sort of spot where you wanted to turn on and turn off etc. Then go to auto mode and it would like an alarm clock could wake you up sort of. So down the bottom, usual volume squelch, RF gain, mic gain, tone, mode switch, clarifier, all of which have been cleaned beautifully. I did those the other day actually on this one. This is for a good mate of mine, and he'll kill me if they don't work properly. But no, not really. Good guy. But yeah, now the modulation meter. Now, I'm trying to remember now. I think that just worked on AM. 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 1 2 3 4 5 1 2. Not sure the modulation worked on sideband. I think they didn't. Oh no, they did. 1 2 1 2 1 2. Okay, make a liar out of me. So I tell a lie. And then when you're down in the bottom there, SWR 1 2 3 4 5, of which at the moment obviously I'm not in calibrate mode. I am in RF mode. Now if I was to calibrate, and obviously I could set an SWR, AM would be better, sorry, that might be better. And I could, this is the outer control that does that there, so you can set your calibrate. Oh sorry, SWR's the other side, I'm half asleep. So there's your calibrate for your SWR, the other side is just RF power out. So I'm setting the calibrate there, right on the thing there, and then SWR on your left hand side, of course, becomes 1-to-1. Now, if that calibrate was a lot higher, of course, it's going to show a much higher SWR. Not when I'm on a dummy load though, but it will if you're not on a dummy load. But yeah, so there you go. So that is the Stalker XX. I know we've previewed them before. This is really to show a good mate of mine just what he's picking up in the next few days. He's actually buying a number of radios. I think he's going to be buying more than he thinks. I'm a good salesman. We'll see. Anyway, but look, if you get your hands on a Stalker, any of the Stalkers are really good investments. And I hate to talk about radios like, they have a monetary value, but they bloody do. And anybody that, doesn't sort of understand that some are really good investments. I won't disclose what the chap paid for this, but I can tell you now, it's probably $300 under what we sold our last one for. I'm being nice to him because, look, when you buy bulk radios from us and you buy a number of radios, we'll always play the game and, try and come up with some, reasonable numbers to make it all work. And He is a great guy. I've seen his collection, and it's great when we sort of meet the really serious ones. And don't get me wrong, you don't have to have 6 dozen radios sitting on a shelf to be a collector or to be somebody that loves your radio. Not at all. But I do enjoy having a look at some of the taste of different collectors and what they do and how much they enjoy the particular facets of whether it be CB radio, amateur radio, even shortwave listening. To be honest, I have a bit of everything here, of course, but I certainly don't know. I don't know how you narrow down what my favourites are. I probably look in CB. I think I'd still be going SBE Console 6 sort of, because that's goes back to my childhood. In amateur radio, I see 7850 because I just love that radio. People accuse me of having sex with that radio. It's not quite true, but in the early days, the way I talked about it was sort of a bit erotic, so I suppose, I get it. But, look, I do enjoy the 990 lineup. It's just not getting used very much, which I think is a bit of a waste. 7610, I still think anyone who's got a 7610 is a wise person. Very good radio to, especially if you want to do some remote stuff like we use mine for. All right, so there you go. There's Brenton's top 5 radios in his mind, one that may or may not have had sex with. But the Stalker XX is definitely up there in the list of radios that I would put in my collectibles, no question. I still have one that's in the box brand new that, sort of came to me from England or Germany? Belgium, I think. Actually, Belgium might have been. Anyway. Now that is a European version, so it means that you've got the little sticker on the side, there I think it is, where it says FM. Not a big fan of that, to be honest. I would rather have, in a lot of respects, this radio here with no extra channel type thing. Now what did they do? They put a high-low switch somewhere. I can't remember where it was on the other one. Once again, they did it with little stickers. I don't like that. I think they should have just did the panels correctly. Anyway, they did what they did over in Europe, and it is what they did. But I think if you're an Australian, this is the one that you can get past ACMA and not have to sort of sit there worrying about them knocking on the door saying, hey, you've got a radio with FM or 80 channels, blah blah blah. Oh, and the debate the other day over 80 channels, 40 channels AM and 80 channels sideband. Oh guys, come on. I'm not even going to comment big on it, but this debate went on for about 42 different comments, and it was getting a bit, people are getting a bit nasty to each other, so we had to shut it down. But look, my very quick view, manufacturers, Cobra, President, you name it, they did put on their boxes a lot of the time 40 channels AM, 80 channels, so a total 120 channels. Look, I think common sense has to prevail. That we know it's 40 channels, we know that there are 3 modes. We know there is a lot of marketing happens in amateur radio, so don't worry about it. We did shut that conversation down on VK Ham Sales and Service on the Facebook page because literally I want people to enjoy their time to, talking about radios, not, get into problems over what... and no one was actually... Here's the thing. No one was actually wrong. Everyone was right with their opinion on, what they thought. It was just a matter of there are sort of 2 rights to some degree on this one. Anyway, whether you're enjoying your 40 channel sideband radio, that happens to have AM and lower and upper, or you're enjoying your 120 channel radio, just enjoy it. Absolutely. All right. Thanks very much, guys. I'm going to try and get another couple done over the next day. I've got a hospital tomorrow, hospital Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I've got a mate turning up Wednesday. So there's a lot going on this week, but we'll try and get a few out and keep you updated with what's happening. I've got huge amounts of stuff to conquer, and not just both radios, but medically too. So it's going to be a little bit, sort of iffy at times. If you can't get me, look, leave me a message. I will get back to you within 24 hours, no question. But please just understand it's a little bit up and down at the moment. Just trying to work things out. Okay, 73s, Stalker XX, Teaberry's best radio, I think the best one they ever made. Cheers, guys. All the best.